Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys having a great day today. We are back at the shop, and today we're going to be doing some wrenching. In the last video, we went ahead and painted a lot of parts. There's probably a few more things that I wanted to go ahead and paint, but it's not going to be in this video. We are going to go ahead and start putting things together and start clearing up some of this mess in the shop. So basically, I'm talking about clearing all this stuff out, getting this dang on cardboard up, putting all these parts together, the oil pump, oil pan. Go ahead and mate this guy onto the block. In terms of the transmission, I still haven't decided. Go ahead and start getting all this straightened up and cleared up and out of the way. Also, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the cams later on in the video, but for now, we're just going to go ahead and start doing stuff. So first order of business is to clean and lap these valves, all of them. Also, it is raining on and off. I almost didn't want to come here today because of that, but it should go away in a couple minutes type beat. All right, guys, before I begin, do this at your own risk, okay? I am by all means no professional, all right? I just did a lot of research online, and YouTube is my best friend, all right? So like I mentioned, we are going to go ahead and start cleaning one of these valves, all right? So the best effective way I've seen doing it online with WD-40 and some 3M Scotch pad. And speaking of which, please do not use sandpaper. If you happen to use sandpaper, which again, don't do it, you're gonna F around and compromise the sealage of these valves and stuff because you're gonna take material off. You don't want that, all right? And some of you guys probably thinking, why do I have tape on this one? Well, a lot of people said to use tape or possibly some, I think vacuum line, a piece of vacuum line, put it at the tip because where is it? I'm gonna be using a drill. And it's going to be sitting in here, and I can tighten it. And then what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to use the WD-40 on the valves, and then I'm going to use the Scotch-Brite right here, and then it should clean these valves. So it's probably say 3 to 5 minutes of cleaning. We'll see, because these are carboned up. So yeah, all right, spraying some WD-40 right onto the valves. Don't forget underneath. And now, let the drill do its work. You want to go at like a good medium speed, and like I said, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. All right, guys, I want to show you guys this. It took me like a good 2.5 minutes. Come on, focus. Check out this valve. Clean. Yes, sir, boy. That valve is clean. And that, like I said, 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 to 5, depending on how carboned up your valves are. So now, that's one valve down. I gotta do this 15 more times. All right, guys, so some time has passed, and as you guys can see, my valves are cleaned. All right, I got all the valves done, well, except for like possibly one, and it's that guy right there. I tried to clean it by hand, but it's the best I can do because my drill decided to die, and I had it on full charge. I mean, it is a 1.5 amp hour battery, so it's probably expected, so it is what it is. Now, I did mention that my drill died, so I had to go out. I just left and just came back and got a valve lapper tool. So you'll need these, some grinding compound for your valves, all that good stuff, and obviously your cylinder head. So I gotta bring this over to the table. I'm trying to keep these in order, so I gotta move these elsewhere. So give me 1 second. All right, guys, got my cylinder head right here. Look how shiny that is. That don't look good. So cylinder head right there, valves over there. Now keep in mind, I'm still keeping everything in order. I didn't like mix them all up, so maybe it's just my OCD, I don't know, but it's best for you to keep your valves and everything else in order. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start with the exhaust side. I'm gonna start right here. The exhaust is where the studs are. I'm gonna be replacing these anyway. First, get your grinding compound, and then you wanna at least put like dabs of it on, like, you know, I'm gonna show you. Then you wanna put dabs on the seep of the valve type beat. Lube up your stem shaft with some WD-40. So that way you won't have metal on metal contact. After that, you want to go ahead and slide your valve like so. just like that. It's your valve lapping tool. I don't know if it has different sizes. I think, yeah, it does. Alright guys, so some hours have passed. I went ahead and cleaned and lapped the valves. That was very time consuming, but at least I got it all done. Let me show you guys. Alright, so here's one of the cleaned valves. I went ahead and got these cleaned and lapped and everything, so all that is good. My drill decided to die on me at the last moment. I was going to lap the valves with the drill, but it is what it is. So I had to do it manually. I actually had to go out and buy one of these lapping tools right here and lap them. So look at that, all lapped. I don't know if you guys can see it clear on camera, but yeah, all of it is lapped. So now I can go ahead and start assembling stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and do as much as I can today. So whatever I don't finish today, I will come back next week and, you know, finish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at least trying to put the cylinder head on the block. Now look at all these parts I got scattered up here. I already tore this open. This is the bolts. I got to open that. That's the timing belt water pump kit. I accidentally broke my oil cap. Yeah, don't ask me how that happens. This stuff happens. Alright, first order of business is to blow out whatever remaining small debris that's inside the cooling and oil passages inside of the block and the cylinder head. And that's what I'm doing now. Woo. I guess that's it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and install these valve stem seals. Now unfortunately I have left my installer home, so I'm just gonna have to push down with my thumb. Alright, where's my light? I won't be able to see this. That's way much better. Like I mentioned before guys, I left my installer home, so I'm gonna have to make do with some tools that I got here. This is going to be a problem. Alright, the valve stem seals have been installed. I'm gonna install the valves themselves. I gotta be careful with this. I'm also going to keep the shaft lubed so that way I have some type of lubrication. There we go. Ooh, wrong hole. Almost have to. Alright, in comes the springs, like so. And now in comes the top hats. There we go. Just like so. Alright. Alright guys, so these are the only things that's left. I got the keepers ready to go, and then the lifter taps. Now these keepers are going to be crucial. Just hope that you guys have them. Make sure they're in pairs of 2 and they're in order. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose these, and you don't want to mix the lifter taps up. I also showed you guys in the video how to uninstall them, so it's basically the same process, and I'm not going to show this in the video, but you guys get the idea. If you guys have one of those keeper, installer, and removal tools that you use with a hammer, good for you, because now I have to deal with this thing that I got from Harbor Freight. So yeah, this is gonna take a while. Well, good morning ladies and gentlemen. It is the next following week. Last week I feel like everything was all over the place, and where I left off, I was cleaning and lapping the valves, and I was attempting to install the keepers, which was kind of frustrating, and I ran out of time here actually as well. And yesterday I went to Toyota and had to pick up a seal for the oil cooler, and it's right here. This was $7.53 altogether. And let me see if I can show you guys the part number. Come on, there it is, there it is. Come on, come on, come on. Part number, there it is. And also went to the homie TJ house. You guys don't normally see him on the channel. Y'all see him on the channel soon, but I went to his house and I went ahead and picked up my long time tool that I had since 2018. You guys can definitely see the age on this thing. So all the pieces are gone somewhere else, but I'm glad I got this thing. But I may have a method with the valve spring compressor that I do have that I bought from Harbor Freight. Now, since it's 8 o'clock and I'm starting off mad early in the morning, I really want to go ahead and get all this stuff done. Now, first objective I want to do is take all this stuff out, the hats, keepers, the springs and stuff, because I need to get to the valve stem seals, because I saw that 8 of them were blue, which is on the exhaust side, and the other 8 is black. And I don't know if it's a difference. I want to take them out to see if there's a difference between the two in terms of intake and exhaust. Now, I did look up research, but nobody have given me any like valid answers and like which is like different. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. I also did bring my valve keeper, not valve keeper, but my valve stem seal tool with me because I left it home last week. So let me go ahead and get this up and out of the way. All right, I got the springs, valves and stuff out, and if you guys are wondering, you guys saw me use this with a magnet. The intake is magnetic, the exhaust side isn't, so you're gonna have to push this by hand. But anyways, we come over here. This is what I was talking about. So, well, I don't know if you guys can see it in light. So these are brand new. Don't get me wrong, these are brand new. I'm about to take these out, but as you can see over here, you can see how blue they are. So these are on the intake side. I might have to swap them over. Well, I'm going to anyway if they are different. But I'm gonna just do it just because. So let me go ahead and take these out real quick and see if I can see a difference. If you guys do not have this toolkit, I highly suggest you guys getting this. This is very inexpensive. I got it off of eBay, and especially if you guys are doing a valve job. But nevertheless, upon further review, I went ahead and flipped these upside down right here and looked at the difference like very close. I looked at it in the brightest light via the sun. Let me see if I can get this on camera for you guys. I don't think you guys can, really tell. No. Now you won't be able to tell, but this is bigger than this side in terms of the diameter on the inside. So I'm glad I took these out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and obviously install these back in the proper way. Alright guys, so the valve stem seals, the valves themselves, the springs and the top hats are installed. The only thing left are the lifters and the keepers. Now I want to show you guys something. I did this off camera just a little while ago before I shut it off. So you see this, right? I done this valve spring compressor tool wrong the entire time. I had to adjust it to have it lock into place, and it didn't really take me that long. So as you can see, I'm not actually holding it. I was, like I said, I did this wrong the entire time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these keepers. I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna go ahead and install them the right way, and hopefully all of it turns out well. It is 11:16, guys. So yeah, it took me about a good total of maybe 2 hours because I started around 9 something, and I'm almost done. I just gotta do this last one, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do this one if you guys are using this tool with bags. It's gonna inquire like plastic bags and stuff from possibly like Walmart or the dollar store or anything like that. Just make sure that they're strong enough and everything. So when doing this, it's going to be tedious, but it works. All right, so let me show you, let me set you guys up and show you. And yeah, as you guys see, your boy ended up having to get creative. I had to grab that table that I had over there and, you know, obviously sit right here, because like trying to get these keepers in without like, you know, having it off the edge and feel like they're about to fall, I had to get creative. Now this right here may give you guys a headache, and it's going to take you about a good couple tries. But I'm gonna at least show you guys and demonstrate how it goes. Move this back a little bit so I can have a little bit off the edge like so. So what you do, you get you your aforementioned paper bag, you place it over the valve and stuff. And with this, you're gonna wanna feel for this. Make sure you adjust this tool as well so that way it can lock in place. And what I normally like to do is feel with my finger in the middle, and I push on up, just like so. And then I feel down here for the valve to make sure that I'm touching it. Move over a little bit more. All right, we're good. So then you compress, just like so. I give it a few minutes just to, you know, adjust myself, and then I slowly decompress the tool, just like so. And I know for a fact that it's not in. Yep. So just give it a good few tries. You may have to take the spring and spin it a little bit, just because that's what I've been doing. Take the bag back over. Again, I like to feel for the middle part. Oh yeah, now I know the valve is sitting. Yeah, we're good. And I go ahead and press in, just like so. And I slowly come back out. There we go. Took me 2 tries. All right, guys, so that was the last one I showed you. All the keepers and stuff are in place. Like I said, it is going to be a tedious job doing that type of method, considering the fact like these keepers tend to like fall out into the cylinder head or just fall onto the floor. That's what happened to me like 3 times, and I had to, you know, find them. And overall, just take your time with it. That's exactly what I did, but in that case, it still kept coming out and everything. Also, they will get stuck in certain areas, so you might have to like compress it one more time and, you know, let go slowly, and 9 times out of 10 they will fall into place. If not, you're gonna have to adjust a little bit just to like, you know, do the job. So with the cylinder head done in terms of keepers, valves and stuff, we're gonna leave that alone for now. I want to go ahead and focus on the bottom end / the block, and I am going to go ahead and open this oil pump up first, because I have to put some assembly lube inside here so that way it won't start up dry. All right, so let's go ahead and open this thing. This is a Evergreen oil pump. This is the part number. I don't know if it's showing. Yep. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this. Look at that. Shiny, brand new, all that good stuff. I gotta open this up so that way I can put some assembly lube inside. Give me 1 second. Now we should be able to pull this up and out of the way, just like so. Oh yeah, already coming with a gasket pre-installed, type B. I could just take this guy out. This is where I wanted to get to. Assembly lube from O'Reilly's. I'll cut this open though. I may go a little OD with this. I just don't want this thing starting up dry. Now, put this guy back in. Just like so. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's all I like to see. Now, I can close this for now. Now I can, oh, let me put this gasket on. Hold up. Almost oofed. Wrong way. Yep. Gasket is installed. There we go. Perfect. Let's tighten these two for now. There we go. Oh yeah, this is nice. I don't hear any noise, so we're good. Remember, if you guys get a oil pump, make sure to open this and put some assembly lube inside. Again, you don't want to start this dry. It's spinning very good. All right, I'm gonna wipe the surface down one last time with some brake clean before applying the gasket. Now, I'll go ahead and install this gasket. There is an O-ring in this gasket right here. I guess that's for the crank sensor. Mine doesn't have one. I guess the newer 5S have those. Correct me if I'm wrong. Possibly for like the Camrys that has the 5S FEs before they discontinued it, like from 97 through 2001. Now, all I have to do is gotta figure out where this goes. They got dial pins, just like so. Oh, it's backwards. Whoops. There we go, that's better. All right, matter of fact, let's take this gasket off. I'll lube this a little bit with some oil. Not too much, just lube it up for the crank seal. Now I can do this, just like so. Now we can install our freshly brand new oil pump. Just, oh, crank bolt. Son of a, give me a second. There we go. Now we can do this. This gasket stuff could cooperate. There we go. Beautiful. All right, next thing to install is the pickup tube. I just wiped it down one last time and everything. No dirt or anything, that's good. It also comes with the gasket with that oil pump kit that you're gonna have to install. Oh, there we go. It's coolant. Yeah. Well, that kind of worked. Gotta keep soaking up the remains. All right. What the hell was those? What the hell is this? This look important. Oh, don't tell me I effed up. Oh no. I hope this ain't. I hope it ain't nothing dealing with. Oh crap. I hope it's something dealing with that. The reason why I flipped this over just to make sure the gasket is in place, make sure everything is good. Now I think it's then this, just like so. That sandwiches itself. I'm going to put these two bolts in first, real quick. Got a final hand torque. Alright guys, a few hours has passed. I went ahead and took a little break, and before I even went on that little break, I went ahead and installed the oil pan right here. It's going to come off, by the way, because I do got to clean and everything. This is just going to be just for show. Now, during that little break, I was having a little bit of anxiety attack. Now, what did I mean? Well, when I had the block flipped upside down and everything, this little pin came out of it. So I don't know where this goes in terms of the ports. I don't even think it belongs in the ports, let alone the engine. And also there was a plastic piece, this thing came out of it as well. I don't even know where that came from, and it's broken. So I went ahead and plugged up my compressor and blew out each and every single one of the ports 3 times, and nothing else has came out. I even tilted the engine upside down to make sure nothing else is inside the engine. Everything is good, and yeah, man, I don't know if these belong in the engine. Well, not this. I'm definitely not this, but this pin, I don't know if this belongs somewhere in the engine that it should. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and full send it by going ahead and mating the cylinder head onto the block and slapping on the head gasket. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the cylinder head first. I ran out of brake clean, so I'm gonna use tub towels, which works, by the way, still. And now the block, I'll wipe that down one last time. Move up the cylinder walls so that won't be bone dry in there. Now it's head gasket time. Tight beat. This is a graphite head gasket. I don't know how good they are, but I've seen positive reviews on these. So yeah, now this gasket do go on one way. I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. As a matter of fact, come here. So here's the head gasket. You're gonna have like 3 big holes. Like I said, they do go on one way, but you can mess this up. It's gonna be a little port right here with nothing on top, and a little port up here with nothing down at the bottom. I'm on the exhaust side, so that's how it's set up. So there's a head gasket. Let's go ahead and put on the cylinder head. Got one in. Should have the other in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're in. Tight beat. Next we have some head bolts, and you want to soak the threads in some oil. I don't know if this came pre-oiled. Kinda, but we can make it better. So dip your threads in oil. Tight beat. And after that, you want to get your washer, and then down the hatch it goes. All right. Now with the bolts all the way down, I didn't put no torque to it, obviously. Now I have 2 separate torque wrenches. I got a 3/8 and a half. I'm gonna see which one works best in terms of torquing them down. I'm gonna show the torque spec on the screen, so that way you guys know how to do it. I'll start off with my 3/8. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna go to my half. It's 36 foot-pounds, and then an extra 90-degree turn or a quarter turn, and then you're done. I'm not putting any torque switches yet because it's still a little bit loose. All right. Still at 36 foot-pounds. All right, 90-degree turn coming up. So I'm trying to figure out a good stance to do this. So, whoop, almost effed up. All right, here we go. There we go. She's torqued. All right, next thing I have to do is put assembly lube on all of the hats and then install the lifters, then put assembly lube on the lifters and then install the cams and then the cam caps, and we're pretty much done with the top end, except for, like, you know, installing the valve cover and everything. So let's get doing that.
You having fun?
Yep. Alright, before I put these cams on, I do want to apologize in advance. I found how the timing system works. So you do have to put a service bolt in. This is a M6x1 with a 12 mil. You install this before disassembly. I do apologize in advance, and I possibly have found the timing marks. Alright guys, so I pretty much got the cams cleaned as much as possible. They're all smooth and stuff, so it should be good. I'm just going to run it as is, and I'm also going to show you guys the timing marks behind here. So I'm going to start the exhaust cam first, just like so. Now the intake can go up there as well. So if I can just line that joker up. There we go. I forgot my light at home, so I'm just looking. My locks are in the way. Oh yeah, we're solid. We're good, we're solid. All right, so this right here is not overkill. Just put assembly lube on the lobes and stuff, and on the journals, type beat. You should be good. Now, I'm gonna install these cam caps. And when you do install these, make sure that they're in order, the same way you had it taken out. That's a little excessive, don't you think, Cherry? Alright guys, so I went ahead off camera and installed the rest of the cam caps. I'm gonna throw a torque spec on screen. I just tightened it by hand, and just tightened it by feel type B. It's not that much tightened. So after that, you want to go ahead and install your cam seal, and then install this last cam cap, and then go ahead and install your plate, and then the cam gear. And this is torqued to 14 foot-pounds. So now I think my next thing I'm going to do is to install the water pump system, and then go ahead and do the timing belt. Now my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this work off camera, but I'm gonna try my best to go through everything that I've done. So catch you in a little bit. All right guys, so I made some progress off camera. So I went ahead and installed the water pump, the housing for the thermostat. That's just for show. I don't have the thermostat in just yet, but I got the pulleys and stuff ready to go ahead for the timing belt. And let me see if I can show you guys a diagram. I'm probably just go ahead and show a diagram on screen of how the timing goes and stuff. But yeah, we're all at TDC. I'm gonna go ahead and install this timing belt. All right guys, timing belt is officially put on. I was recording at first, but then I kind of struggled a little bit, but went ahead and got it put on. All that good stuff, everything's at TDC, all that good stuff. We're good. So it's almost time for me to go, but I really want to do a few more things. I'll probably just toss on the exhaust, the intake, just for pictures on the on Instagram and all that good stuff. You guys should go follow me. Yeah man, everything coming along so freaking well. I do need to order a brand new timing cover for this, something that's clean and stuff. I still got my old one, but it's a little bit janky, and I still gotta clean it and stuff, and I feel like that's a little too much hassle. And especially with the product that I'm using to clean stuff, it's going to degrade the the material of plastic, so I can't use that. So I'll probably be on the search of the internet to find timing covers, but overall she's looking so freaking good. Yeah, let's toss on the exhaust, man, just for, you know, spits and giggles. I may reuse this old gasket because it doesn't have that many miles up here. Look at that. All right, guys, what do you guys think? I don't know if I went a little overkill putting more parts and stuff up here. Some of this is gonna have to come back off anyway. This guy, the exhaust, I think that's the only two. Possibly the intake, but yeah. Also, I have to go back on my timing because it's actually off. This is the y'all won't be able to see it. Let me see if I can. All right, so as you can see, that right there, that yellow mark right there, that's crank. But the cam is TDC, so I'm off a couple tooth. I don't know how this, you know, whole thing goes in terms of, like, you know, the rebuild and everything, but I think I have an idea. I think I got the idea and everything. So next week when I come back, I am going to go ahead and fix my issue and try to wrap up this video. So I'll catch you guys next week. All right. All right, golden. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is the next following week. It is actually Saturday. I normally record on a Sunday, but I had to come up here, get my haircut, and I was like, you know, while I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some recording. So as you guys saw earlier, I went ahead and retimed this engine. So everything is spot on. We're at top dead center up here. And on the crank, I went ahead and put my pulley back on temporarily. I'm about to take it off in a little bit because I gotta take this off, take it home and get cleaned. And speaking of the lower cover, I went to the junkyard yesterday and got an upper timing cover from a 98, I think it's a 98 or 97 Camry, but they still fit the same. So I went ahead and grabbed that. The only thing I have to do is just make my own gasket on that and on my original one right after I clean both of them. So everything is at top dead center. As you guys can see, I don't think you guys can see that, but that mark right there where the 0 sits, that's TDC. Up there is TDC. That you're gonna see a mark on the inside and stuff if you use a light or like a headlamp like I use. So everything is at TDC. I'm gonna go ahead and take this back off real quick. Also, I didn't explain this earlier, but with the oil cooler, with the seal, the inner diameter gonna have like a thin flapping and stuff. You're gonna have to put that underneath the fingers, the metal fingers of the back of this cooler and stuff, and then just go ahead and reinstall it. I don't know the torque specs, so I tightened it by hand until I couldn't, you know, tighten it anymore. I didn't super tighten it or whatever, so don't do that. They are aluminum. You will mess this up. I low-key feel like I dragged this video on long enough, and today is probably gonna be the last day I go ahead and record this video. Only for now. This is gonna be the last day for now, not forever, you know what I'm saying? So I wanna try to get as much done as I can. I may just stay a little over because I don't have to work tomorrow, obviously. I want to try to clean the throttle body and at least paint it. I also, where is it? I think there it is. The IAC, I'm going to try to make this look good as well. The only thing I need is the gasket. There's nothing wrong with this one. Now, I had to get some new bolts for this guy because, well, all my other screws decided to strip and everything, so I managed to extract them and get them out. Got some new bolts and all that good stuff. Well, not bolts, technically screws. So sorry for the misunderstanding. Like I said, I still need a gasket so that way I can mate these two together, but I'm gonna go ahead and take these now. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and clean it. I mean, as you guys can see, it is carboned up on both ends. All right. And I'm also going to clean the inside of the IAC, which, by the way, when I did have the car running, I was having a problem with the car idling a little too high for a good certain amount of time. Normally it just idle high for about a good couple seconds and then just idle down, and that's what the Celica was not doing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean that, and at least I may just go ahead and paint them. We gotta make these look good. So let me grab this guy too and get to work. So I gotta take this out by hand this time. Ah! Nope. Come on. There we go. Alright guys, so the throttle body and IAC on the inside and most of the outside is clean. There's some parts I couldn't get to, but there's no worries. So we're going to go ahead and start painting. I'm just going to do this off camera and everything because I'm pretty sure you guys get the concept. I did this last time. I don't want to sit here and bore you guys. And it took a minute to go ahead and like mask mainly the throttle body off. The IAC, I tolerate it. So here is a before and here is an after. I think my shadow's in the way. Here we go. Here's an after, guys. That's IAC. That's the throttle body. Didn't do that good of a paint job. I give myself a good let's give myself a good 6 out of 10, maybe 5.5. And especially with this throttle body, I went ahead and masked this part off because that's where the coupler goes for the throttle line type beat. But yeah, everything went good. And I say good, not perfect. I just wanted to make this look presentable. Meanwhile, I was back here messing with the intake and I was just, you know, cleaning the bolts and stuff off. I'm trying to figure out what fits where, or whatever the case may be. I will figure that out. Also, I was in the middle of trying to find my EGR line. I cannot for the life of me figure out where I did with it. I'm gonna try to look for it, and if I find out, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. If not, I'll still catch you guys in a little bit. Seconds after I put the camera down, it was in the dumbest place ever. Right here. And I remember I put this thing right here. You know what? Let's mess with the intake. I gotta take the intake back off anyway so that way I could go ahead and sandwich the gasket. I'm also going to clean my fuel injectors, not on the inside but on the outside. I know my fuel injectors are good. I would take it to a fuel injector cleaning shop, but I don't know anyone nearby or anybody at all in general. So I'm just going to clean it and then, you know, run with it, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, we're going to take this off, put the gasket on, put this thing back on, and have this up there permanently alongside with the fuel rail, all that good stuff. And I'm going to see about cleaning this EGR because I'm pretty sure you can see that that's bad. Ugh. I'm going to see if I could clean the inside of this and then hope to reuse this thing inside and out. There we go. It's in there. All right, let's install the fuel rail. Now, if I go in here, it should work, hopefully. I'm not going to remove this EGL line, but if I have to, I will. Alright guys, so some time have passed and this is what I have done so far. So in the last clip you guys saw me try to get the fuel rail on, well in terms of struggling to get this thing on. So I had to remove the entire intake first, which includes removing the EGR. So EGR taken off first, then the intake. Then I had to bolt down the fuel rail and all that good stuff. This side was giving me a little bit of a trouble, but I managed to get it in and tighten it down. There's gonna be a bolt back there that you're gonna have to, y'all ain't gonna be able to see it. There's this bolt right here that you're going to tighten up as well. So that way that one line can tighten up so you know it won't rattle or whatever the case. This one, had no problem with. Alright, you're gonna have this hard swiggly line right here. Alright, 2 washers in both ends. Bing, bang, boom. That's a 17. I don't know what size this is. I think this is a 17 as well, but I'm leaving that out obviously because the engine's still there. But guys, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm freaking exhausted. But the engine, I've been doing a lot of work to this engine and stuff. You guys see me put this engine together, all that good stuff, and I am really exhausted. I still got a few ways to go, and this is where I'm actually going to leave off. And considering that I have dragged this video on for way too long, and I'm going to have to take this home. I do not know where this goes. I literally forgot. Either that or I oversaw it. I don't know. If you guys can tell me where this go, that'll be cool. But I might go ahead and do research. I think there's a part number up here. It is, but it's a little faded. Hopefully I can, you know, look it up or whatever. So in other words, I'm going to take my timing covers home so I can clean those, as well as the 2 low control arms. They don't need cleaning. I already cleaned them. I just want to take them home so that way I can get these bushings pressed out. So when I get the new ones in, I can go ahead and press in the new ones and go ahead and get the suspension and stuff done. But I still need a rack and pinion for it. So that's low-key a double-edged sword. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. This is going to conclude part 1 of the engine rebuild. Like I said, I still got a couple more things I want to go ahead and get done to the engine. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But with that being said, guys, until then, I am out. I love you guys. Stay safe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.